alleged conspiracy problems. So we could be talking about Biden administration officials that could be getting pulled into this. And it could get all the way up to President Obama. I mean, having now really read in on this case, there's a real question about whether Barack Obama's about to have the same kind of trouble that Jack Smith caused for Donald.
I'm going to go to the next topic here, which is Adam's top topic, talking about Obama saying every man needs a gay friend. So Obama goes on his wife's podcast, okay? And they're sitting there having this conversation, and it opens, they covered a lot of different things. Right off the bat, they talked about the divorce. Hey, aren't we supposed to be getting a divorce and all this stuff? Just tell them.
Then came Megyn Kelly and Patrick Bet-David, scalpels in hand. No mercy in sight. Obama's polished legacy. It didn't stand a chance. With clinical precision and unapologetic clarity, they stripped away the myth piece by piece, exposing the hollow rhetoric, the ghosted promises, and the carefully staged glow, masking a legacy built on letdowns. This wasn't critique. It was demolition. No polished speech could deflect it. No loyal fanbase could muffle it. What unfolded wasn't just a takedown, it was the moment the Obama illusion ran out of oxygen.
That one day, the intelligence community under Barack Obama was ready to come out and say that the Russians did not interfere in the 2016 election and really had no part in it, and that whole thing was kind of bullshit. Then Barack Obama pulled them all into the White House, they had a big meeting, and then literally the next day, they were like, Russia interfered to help Trump, and leaked it to all the reporters, Washington Post.
But think, you're Obama, okay? First go from the Obama's lens. Okay. Obamas are sitting there having to hear people compare Kamala to Obama. Crazy. Do you know what that does to Obama? Do you know Obama is sitting there saying, shut the, that's what Obama's saying.
Barack Obama's post-presidency feels less like statesmanship and more like a never-ending TED Talk nobody asked for. If spinning legacy were an Olympic event, he'd be clutching a participation trophy sculpted from broken promises and drone fragments. While global crises pile up, he's too busy snapping selfies with Alistairs and preaching hope like he didn't vanish the moment his party hit turbulence. The speeches are smooth, sure, but the timing conveniently absent when it actually counted.
Knowing that there are divorce rumors and, she's not showing up for him, whether it's at the Jimmy Carter funeral or the Trump inauguration or the basketball game he just went to in LA, when visiting their daughters and then dinner with the daughters was not there. Here she is talking about it. If it were me, I would say something nice about him. I would say, he's just so charming. It was meant to be. I knew he could heal the earth in the way he did. There was only one person who could do it, and it was my husband, Barack Obama, whatever.
Rodenbush, great first name, rejected the office of the Director of National Intelligence. Reports claim that the senior Obama administration officials orchestrated the Russia collusion hoax, stating, out of respect for the office of the presidency, our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation flowing out of this White House with a response. And he called the allegations outrageous and ridiculous, a weak attempt at...
Just when you think he might quietly slip into slow-motion documentary mode, boom, Megyn Kelly and Patrick Bet-David show up with verbal blowtorches, dragging his legacy through the parking lot like an old rug hiding years of policy mess. It's serious when Megyn, who's stared down media chaos for a living, and Patrick, who interviews like he's cross-examining reality, both say, yeah, this record needs serious cleanup.
Dossier, because the boss has told them to get back to him with an assessment that says Russia did interfere and Russia meant to help Trump. And so where do they turn? They don't have it, except in the Steele dossier, which we now know was totally made up. It's been entirely discredited. That was the best evidence.
While the world fell apart, Obama was busy building playlists and trying to trademark the word nuance. Meanwhile, Megyn Kelly's out here rolling her eyes so hard they've done a full lap inside her head watching the former president get standing ovations for speeches that basically say, be better, like me, I already nailed it.
Hey, if I were able to run for a third term, Michelle would divorce me. So it's useful that I don't have that choice to make.
I know you have to leave.
But Michelle was never wild about politics. Michelle once explained to me I try to organize my life not to have a lot of mess around it. And politics is just a big...
Patrick Bet-David didn't flinch before tearing into Bono, Obama's polished image like it was a visitor log at the White House after a backroom deal. He wasn't sold on the glow, the praise, or the Netflix paycheck. He cut straight into the mess media, spin, selective outrage, and Obama's uncanny gift for standing next to crises without ever getting touched. The guy practically invented political disappearing acts, duck the hard questions, then pop up on a yacht with celebrities. Tweeting something vague about unity, Obama could talk for 40 minutes. About a disaster he helped fuel and still sound like some wise outsider. It's like watching someone set your house on fire, then calmly step in to comment on the flames, while charging you for the bottled water. Yet somehow, he's still brought in to guide a party he quietly ghosted. Democrats treat him like a sacred statue even though under his watch, they lost nearly 1,000 seats across state and federal levels. If winning leaves behind a pattern, Obama's legacy looks more like a warning note written in disappearing ink. But sure, let's keep asking him how to win. Because nothing says midterm strategy like vanishing whenever turnout needs a boost.
Tell me what place Trump wouldn't go to on media where they would trash him. Where would he not go to? Would he not go to CNN? Would he not go to MSNBC? Would he not go to Jimmy Fallon? Would he not go to Jimmy Kimmel? Would he not go to... He went everywhere, right? Now, let me flip this on you. How many times have you seen Obama, Clinton, Hillary, any of those guys
Biden
go on Fox ever? How many times? The answer is never.
Megyn Kelly came in swinging, torching Obama's golden boy media image and, let's be honest, it was way overdue. His press coverage was so soft it could have been ghostwritten by his own memoir team. Tough questions about drone strikes, muffled Benghazi, downplayed IRS scandals, buried under magazine covers and carefully curated Spotify playlists. The media treated him like a national icon instead of a polished figure who outsourced moral clarity to Hollywood. Patrick Bet-David didn't hold back either. He looked past the designer suits and the Peace Prize for participating and called it what it really was: branding. Obama's presidency wasn't a revolution, it was a slick marketing campaign. Dressed up with speeches and backed by a drone program, the man got a Nobel Prize. Then spent 2 terms holding the drone trigger like a video game controller. And if irony had a poster boy, it would be Obama, calmly talking about restraint at a press conference while his administration bombed 7 countries. Then there's the economy. Obama's idea of fixing the financial mess, handing bailouts to the same big players who crashed the system to begin with. Because when Wall Street sets the fire, apparently you save them first, everyone else can wait.
under Barack Obama planned, a lot of this is from Racket News, which everybody should read directly, Matt's group. Intel officials planned a December 9th, 2016 presidential daily brief, which is always from the Intel community for the president, letting him know what's happening in the world. They planned a PDB that would say foreign adversaries, quoting here, foreign adversaries did not use cyber attacks on election infrastructure to alter the U.S. presidential election.
Wall Street got richer, Main Street got steamrolled, and Obama walked off, claiming success because a few job charts ticked slightly to the left. He gave inspiring speeches about lifting the middle class, then grabbed lunch with tech billionaires, who treat paying taxes like an urban myth. Sure, there was a recovery. If you owned a private jet and had a bank account in the Cayman Islands, Megyn Kelly wasn't about to let people forget how fast Obama disappeared when it came to delivering real change. Police reform, he talked. Racial justice, more talking. Immigration, oh, there was action, just the wrong kind. He deported more people than any president in history, all while smiling in front of hope posters. It's honestly impressive how he managed to be the symbol of progress while quietly pushing the same old establishment playbook. And don't even start with healthcare. He didn't build a system, he made a deal with Big Pharma, slapped a bow on it, and dared anyone to complain. Obamacare wasn't reform, it was a ransom note dressed up in insurance terms, forcing Americans to choose between partial coverage and a gentler version of medical bankruptcy. Obama had the power to pass real change. Instead, he spent it like a tourist on slogans, souvenirs, and stories to protect his brand.
See if maybe this is a way America can hear me at this moment. Go back to that day 10 years ago. What I think binds it together, all these different strands, a case upholding healthcare, a case declaring same-sex marriage part of our constitutional protections of mourning. I think what pulls it all together is that no one person did any of that.
So he's sitting around on a June Thursday thinking about himself.
Patrick Bet-David sliced through the noise, pointing out that Obama spent more time polishing his image than pursuing real justice. He mastered the optics, sipping Flint water on camera while leaving pipes poisoned, posing at flood zones while FEMA crawled like Lube. At that rate, a stormy Wi-Fi signal could have led better. Still, the personality cult lives on. People defend Obama like he's some kind of Marvel hero, not a former president with a highlight reel of missed chances wrapped in charm. This isn't loyalty, it's nostalgia turned into a weapon. The man left office and walked straight into Netflix deals, pushing out feel-good content no one asked for, while the nation stumbled through crises he helped set in motion. And Megyn Kelly, she wasn't having it. With the clarity of someone who's watched power rot up close, she tore into the hypocrisy. While Obama talks about saving democracy from fancy stages bankrolled by billionaires, Megyn's busy reminding everyone that this is the same guy who quietly expanded presidential power like it was a weekend project.
For the night, they wake up. Oh my God, Michelle, bed is wet. What, babe? I'm right here. Babe, is it already November 5th? Did they already announce he's president? No, babe. Today's the October 25th. Oh my God, babe. Oh my God, please hold my hand. Please hold my hand. Please hold my hand. Come on. Oh yeah. It's not here yet. Every night they're going to sleep. Wedding.
Obama's administration wasn't just flawed, was dysfunction wrapped in polish. He turned doing nothing into a strategy, called weak compromises wisdom, and let silence pass for leadership. He dodged serious issues like a bad Tinder match, yet still walked away to standing ovations. But the fallout from his choices didn't leave with him, it stuck around, hiding under every speech, every spotlight, every grin dressed up as insight. And Patrick, he's not falling for the cool dad routine. He knows the difference between someone leading and someone just posing. Obama's become the latter, a mascot rolled out to charm donors and distract from how spineless the Democratic Party has become. He's basically human elevator music, smooth, harmless, and completely avoidable when the real issues show up. His biggest legacy might just be selling mediocrity as brilliance. He left a divided party, an expanded surveillance machine, and a crop of leaders who think trending hashtags count as real policy. But still, there he is giving speeches about hope like he's Moses coming down from Mount Optics, handing out rules on how to fake normal while everything burns behind him.
More fuel on the fire that there's a potential, maybe a divorce or some sort of rockiness going on in the Obamas relationship. They both posted these mirrored, very choreographed Valentine's Day messages on X, but he was just seen at an LA, the basketball team, the Clippers, thank you, game without her. And then on Tuesday, he was spotted eating out at a fancy dinner in Sherman Oaks with his both daughters, Malia and Sasha, but again, no Michelle, according to TM.
Megyn and Patrick didn't just criticize, they popped the whole illusion, like a balloon at a birthday party for grown-up idealism. They weren't fooled by the branding. They saw right through the humblebrags, the book tour, sermons, and those mood-setting playlists. While most still whisper around his mirth, they pointed at the emperor and said what to many won't. He's not leading. He's narrating from a safe distance, with royalties in hand. Obama's the kind of guy who shows up to the fire he lit holding a marshmallow stick and a podcast pitch. He'll drop a 12-part series on empathy, then hop on a private jet to a climate summit and lecture the world about emissions. It's like getting fitness tips from a guy eating nachos on a treadmill. And no, the roast isn't over. Because with every new photo op, every polished op-ed, every slow-motion speech about hope, the gap between his rhetoric and reality grows painfully obvious. He's not a savior. He's the brand. A dream in a suit, sold like a promise and delivered like a PowerPoint. Megyn and Patrick lit the match, and the illusion burned. What's left isn't hate, it's truth. Maybe we didn't get betrayed. Maybe we just got sold perfection by a master.
Trump, just now, he was just caught on camera saying, well, we'll play both of them in succession. Let her rip.
Witch hunt that you should be talking about is they caught President Obama absolutely cold, Tulsi Gabbard, what they did to this country in 2016, starting in 2016, but going up all the way going up to 2020, the election. They tried to rig the election, and they got caught. And there should be very severe consequences for that.
A master of illusion, he promised transformation, sold serenity, delivered complications, then quietly ducked out before the cleanup crew arrived. But don't worry, he's still around. Not to lead, not to take ownership, just to comment, like a retired coach heckling from the bleachers, critiquing a game he once fumbled with flair. And you can bet the commentary's not ending anytime soon. Because even with the curtain pulled back, Obama's still out there waving the baton like the orchestra didn't already leave the building. He's become the ghost of policy failures past, drifting in whenever Democrats need poetic filler to cover political vacuum. Inflation, gridlock, a party that folds under pressure like origami in a rainstorm. Obama responds with metaphors and a smile. While he buffs his legacy to a shine, the rest of the country is still choking on the economic dust he quietly swept under the rug. And yet he's celebrated, as if he invented governance, as if smooth speeches equal substance. Pundits hang on every syllable like it's divine scripture, skipping the fact that most